Hi friends, and welcome back to the Book Collector. Today I'm reviewing The Tea Girl of Hummingbird Lane by Lisa C. I should say. I never say the author because most of the time I can't pronounce the names, but Lisa C. I can. So, this is a sweeping family saga that blends tradition and culture and the global tea market with the trade, however you want to say that, into one unforgettable story. And at its core, it's a story about familial bonds, particularly mothers and daughters, and multi-generational. And how the choices that they make, even from the most remote villages, can ripple across the world. I hope I'm not sounding overly dramatic, but this book was, it had it all. I'm not even, yeah. So anyway, in this video, I'm going to share a spoiler-free summary, my reading experience, and some of the themes that I found most powerful. And of course, my rating. And remember, my ratings are didn't finish, 1 star, 2 star, could have been better, 3 star, no, it's like first 5 star is it's terrible, isn't it? 5 stars, I can't stop thinking about it. 4 star is I loved it. 3 stars, I liked it. 2 stars could have been better. 1 star didn't finish it. So you're gonna get my rating. So in this book, I'm gonna put my little thing up so I don't have to keep holding this. We're introduced to Lian. And she is born into the Akha village, which is a ethnic minority in rural China. And I believe it's set in 1988, but I will say that because it is in a rural, remote village in China of a lesser class people, it feels like it's much older in time to us as the audience. Her people live by strict traditions, and they're meant to shape her life. And then she'll make a choice outside of tradition, and then the book will follow how it alters her future and her family's future. And the story will follow her journey from her village and into the modern world, while also tracing her daughter's life after being adopted by an American family. That's not a spoiler. That you know that kind of going in. So it's a story that starts with a single tea leaf, and then it unfolds into this global saga. And that's the basic setup of the book without any spoilers. Now let me tell you about my own reading experience. I picked up Lisa C's Tea Girl of Hummingbird Lane for 2 reasons. One, I really enjoyed Lady Tan's Circle of Women, and 2, it was August book month, book club selection. So my book club is reading it, and we discuss it next week. So nobody, I have a couple of friends who watch this channel, so it's no big spoiler for them. I thought the book was immersive emotionally. I thought there were times when it was utterly heartbreaking. It also painted a world that I couldn't have envisioned, but now I fully do. I did think, one small little critique, I did think the pacing at first was a little slow, but she is world building, essentially, and giving us, the audience, a framework to hang the rest of the story on, and so she has to, yeah. Anyway, that was my only little critique. For me, it pulled me in slowly, but once it did, I was all in, and I felt like I was living. I can picture the Akha village. I can picture the surrounding areas. I can picture the mountain with the tea trees, and almost, and I did do a deep dive into the Pu'er tea And anyway, so Leon has a lot of hard choices in her life. And I could feel like I was participating and carrying the weight of that. So one of the things I do love about Lisa C's writing is that it's never just the plot. It is bigger ideas and things we're exploring. And so yes, we had family and mother-daughter bonds. That was definitely a key theme. And what it means to be connected but separated, or separated and yet still connected. And then we have the theme of tradition versus modernity and what that looks like, and the tension that happens between the Akha traditions and the changing world as she moves into a larger global area. Globalization itself, and how Pu'er ties together people from different cultures. And apparently, who knew, but this is a true thing because I went digging. The whole Pu'er, which is P-U-E-R T, they're becoming like sommeliers and wine collectors. They collect these tea cakes depending on the year, the vintage, where it comes from, the trees it comes from. It's a whole thing. I had no idea, and I drink tea. I drink a lot of tea. Anyway, so then we have the theme of adoption and heritage, and how heritage and personal history shape who we are and how we move through the world. These themes give the novel a richness that goes far beyond a simple family story. It becomes a cultural and emotional tapestry. Of course, themes in a book can only land if the writing delivers, and I think Lisa C here hits bats in a home run with people on base. So I think, not that I do baseball references, but it's really good. Her writing style, it is vivid, it's detailed, it's transportive. You feel like you're there and you can smell the smells and see amazing. She balances history and culture and fiction. I believe I went digging again thinking this had to have a lot of factual, true story to nope. She did so much detail. If you do an audiobook, you're going to miss out on the author's note that goes into the depth of research that she did, particularly in the tea business. Very interesting, and I like having a hard copy all the time, even if I use audiobook. So her writing is lush, but it's not overwhelming. I felt like I was learning about the Chinese culture and tea all through this amazing story and not a textbook. And because there's this woven thing of adoption, and I do a lot of genealogy, I had this other kind of pull because I've walked through a lot of adoptees finding their biological families, and it's not always great. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just, it runs the gamut. But so I did like that little added layer that she had in there. So again, my only critique would be the slower bit, but it was minor. And what I like, well, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but so let's talk about where did I land starring this book overall. Well, how do I rate it? I think this book is perfect for fans of family sagas. I think it's a great book for fans of historical fiction. I think anyone who loves novels with, exploring different cultures, I think you'll really enjoy this one. For me, it was a 5-star. I can't stop thinking about it. I think about the tea. I want to order some of that tea. I want to drink it. They say it's earthy, but it's good for your digestion, which I could really use. And I think about it all the time. So, you know, I think people would like it if you like those kind of stories. Now I'd like to hear from you. Have you read The Tea Girl from Hummingbird Lane? What stood out to you the most? Was it the cultural details? Was it the adoption storyline? Was it the mother-daughter relationship? Was it the tea thing? Are you a tea connoisseur? And if you haven't read it yet, do you enjoy books that go into culture and history and then mix it up into a powerful family story? So let's chat in the comments below. I don't know. I keep trying, y'all. Don't forget to like or subscribe if you enjoy book reviews and want more discussions like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep reading.